Hi everybody, welcome to Manifesting with me, Lee, where we talk all things manifestation, guys. So I'm just here to share my manifestation tips with you, and just really from my experience and what I'm learning on this journey of manifesting, because it's a lifetime choice and the way of life. This is how I am choosing to live my life. I'm done being a victim. I'm done feeling sorry for myself. I'm done blaming people and stuff on why I can't get what I want. And that's why I'm continuing with this for as long as I live, right? So what are we going to be talking about today? Today, I'm going to get you guys to stop thinking in a particular way when it comes to manifesting. Manifestation might sound difficult, may feel difficult in the beginning, but really we have to get our minds out of thinking that it is difficult, because the more we say it is difficult, the more difficult it's going to get. Remember, everything that we say is a seed planted that yields the fruits that we have, of our words. So if you really want to succeed in this journey, if you want to start seeing results, guys, you really have to stop putting your desires on a pedestal. Your desires are not more important than you. You are the most important in this journey of manifesting. In whatever you want to manifest, whether it's money, it's love, it's a job, it's a car, you are the most important. I say this a lot in my videos. Without you, there is no manifestation. So that means that you are the power behind what happens and what shows up in your life, in your reality, right? So a lot of us, when we are starting out in this journey, we tend to really obsess about our desires. So if it's your SP, you really start putting that above everything. That's all you do all day. You get attached to the outcome. You start looking at the time, when is it gonna come? Because the more you are focused only on this one thing and you're neglecting yourself and just putting all your attention on this desire, what happens is you start looking for it, right? Because you get easily triggered, because your whole day, your whole mind is wrapped around this one desire, right? You are not doing anything to pour into yourself. You end up even neglecting yourself. So putting your desires on a pedestal is not really the way to go, guys. Take it off the pedestal. Yes, you're manifesting for it. And manifesting is really just taking a decision that what you want is already yours. So if something is already yours, you don't go around worrying that, is it, where is it, and whatnot. You know that it's yours. It's within your capacities, within your space. You don't really have to look for stuff that you have, right? So you have to believe before you see. In this journey, we believe before we see. But when you're obsessing about your desire and you're putting your desire on a pedestal, you first want to see and then you believe. It is true that the more results we see in the 3D, the more strengthened our faith becomes. Because if I affirm for something and then it immediately happens, like if I affirm that I'm always complimented, and then I go out into my space, I go out into the world, and then everywhere I turn, people start to compliment me, that's going to give me, strengthen my faith in the Lord, that, oh my gosh, it does work. When you affirm something, it comes back to you. But what that really shows you is that you pouring into yourself, that people will reflect what's going on inside of you. And unfortunately, in the law of attraction or assumption, the more we are energetically attached to something, like from a point of desperation or lack, we create a repelling energy. So even if it's not aware, or the person is not aware that you are obsessing over them, they just keep moving away and away and away from them, because you're not relaxed. But when you are relaxed, you are in what we call the Sabbath state. You are just like, you don't even feel the need to like go about this whole thing day and night. It's like praying. After praying, you don't think about the prayer that you made all day. You'll say something and like, okay, I believe that I have everything. I'm protected. I'm safe. My family's safe. You don't go around throughout the day thinking about, I can't believe, being aware of that prayer. You believe it. And by the time you say amen, you go about your day. Sorry, I'll just make a Christian reference because I am Christian by faith. So you go about your day and you even forgot that you made that prayer, guys. Like, it's not something that's on your mind, because the minute you said amen, amen said it is done. It is done. So why should I then worry about what I prayed for? The whole reason why I'm praying about it is to get it out of my mind, so that I know that something bigger than me is taking care of my stuff, right? So then I go and focus on other things. So when I work, I focus 100% of my attention on my job, not on the prayer that I made. When I go out and I meet with my friends for coffee, I make sure that I'm 100% present at the coffee meeting with my friend. When I'm on a phone call, I'm 100% present. In that way, my mind is fully present where I'm at, so I don't have time to be obsessing about whether or not that prayer is answered, because when the whole point of saying amen was me saying and declaring that it is done. So if something is done, the worry, like the amen sort of erased whatever worry was attached that led me to the prayer, right? And then me talking about it, letting it out, sort of took care of the situation. It's the same thing when you're affirming for your things, you're visualizing, you're doing it so that you can erase the worry, get into the state of, I know that once I'm done with this visualization or this affirmation, as soon as I said it, it was done. As soon as I sent out a word, it was done. Another thing that might be creating these difficulties in us believing our affirmations, or whatever the case may be, whether you believe it or you don't believe it, doesn't matter, is that, think about it, guys, when we say negative things, when somebody says you ugly, or you're not gonna make it, or somebody says I curse you, or all this negative stuff, you immediately get offended by that, and a part of your brain wants to fight it. Why? Because you're afraid. A part of you believes it. And then it gets into your subconscious, and then you allow it to go and repeat those words. You keep hearing them over and over again. You're not canceling them. You're meditating on what that person said, how they said it, how it made you feel. So you're literally just basking in the and that energy, that negative energy that you received when somebody was saying something mean to you. And in that way, it creates that feeling. The more you think about something, the more it affects your mood, your feeling. You start crying, or you get angry, you lash out, but it's not good at the end of the day. So it's the same thing. When you're affirming, you also have to start meditating on the words that you said. Envision them and so forth. Have a minute, have a moment of doing that, and then let it go, and then go focus on your other stuff that you need to do. It wasn't up until I started focusing on other things that I started seeing movement happen in my journey when I was manifesting my SP. In the beginning, because I didn't know much, it was all about him, us, him, our situation, him, us, our situation, like everything. And then when I started manifesting for other things, like when I started diverting my attention from just manifesting about my SP, trying this law on all the other stuff, my mind was now occupied with other things. I was looking forward to other things in my life. I'm like, okay, I am going to get my SP. But after I get my SP, I still want the job, my business to grow, my parents to be fine, my family to be okay, everyone. Then I started focusing on how about I manifest for other people, much like praying for others. You can't be praying the whole day for yourself, guys. You have to. It becomes interesting, more meaningful when you start adding other people on the list. Okay, I can pray for this. A friend of mine needs a job. How about I also add them to the list? It can't just be all about you. And in doing so, you're doing something good for someone. You're doing something that's great. This is not just going to benefit you. The law of assumption is meant to benefit everyone, because it empowers yourself and also the ones around you. When great things, when people start seeing you live your life, and you know that you created that, I mean, it's also going to inspire them to want to do the same, right? So another thing that I want you guys to stop thinking this way about is thinking that manifesting a human being, being in a relationship with a human being, is difficult. Anything that concerns manifesting related to a human being, people like thinking is impossible, because I'll hear a lot of people tell me, oh yeah, money I can manifest for it, this I can manifest. Why? It's because you don't have a lot of resistance. So when it comes to human beings, people like thinking, giving this power, to how people show up in their world. You give it to the person. People that are supposed to be learning the script that you write for them, you are now giving them the power. Every time you say, but human beings are so difficult, they have their own minds. It's not, people have their own minds, but how they show up in your world can be determined by you and how you think about them. How they show up in other people's world has got nothing to do with you. They have their own world. How they relate and interact with others, it's none of your business. You can't even control that. But what you can control, what's within your power, is how people in your world Like a person can be mean to 15 other people and then you are the 16th person. When it comes to you, then they act different. Why? Because you chose that everyone treats you well, everyone respects you and they love you and all of those kind of things. And then what happens when it comes to you, your energy already tells them, hey, when you get to that person, you treat them this way. And they respond because that's how you treat yourself. That's what you affirm for you, that when it comes to human beings, I'm respected, I'm loved, I'm adored by everyone. Everyone means everyone, right? So don't look at a person and maybe your SP or a friend or whoever that you want to sort of like manifest. Don't look at what they've done in the past and think, oh, but they're so difficult. They're very, very difficult to deal with. They're difficult to get along with and whatnot. You are already you're focusing on the old story about that person, and you are creating limiting beliefs. Because the whole point why you were manifesting in the first place is to make sure that that attitude does not continue in your reality. So why do you want to go back and say, he's always been difficult, he's always been hard to get along with, he's always been selfish, and then you want to talk about affirming for that person? Your core belief about that person, your story is not changing. You keep affirming, but then whenever you are asked about that human being, or wherever you have silent thoughts about that person, is all the stuff that he's ever done, the negative old story or she has ever done. You are still sticking, your core belief is attached to the old story that was unfavorable about that person. That is why they keep showing up like that, hot and cold. He always ghosts me. No wonder why he's ghosting you. Or she's ghosting you. Oh, my friend, she's selfish. No wonder why she shows up selfish in your reality. It's because you won't let go. As much as you've started a new journey, you won't let go of the old story. So you really need to take your eyes away from that. Remember, you are intentionally creating a reality that is opposite the unfavorable environment that you are experiencing. The whole point, your environment is just like, I don't like this. So you're changing it. So obviously, while you are changing it, you're going to see stuff that you don't like, but that's where you really need to focus. That's where you really need to persist and say, I'm not going to allow this. This is just part of the old story. This current or old story, it's got nothing to do with me because I'm creating my tomorrow. So you cannot allow yourself to be a victim of your environment. And what you're happy, you are most changing it. So why are you stressing about it? Remember, guys, you are impressing the subconscious. And some of us have been in this journey of negative thinking, stinking thinking behavior for years on end. It's how we were brought up. So in wanting to see results, in wanting to give up as quickly as you want to give up, think about, be patient with yourself. Be patient with your subconscious and persist. And the only way that you're going to get what you want out of this whole thing is if you persist. This thing of giving up after 7 days of not seeing results, it has to go, guys. It has to go. If you really, really, really want to get what you want, you can't give up. You can't give up just because you have been manifesting for a month versus 10 years of negative thinking, and then you say that I'm done with this thing. You can't. You can jump from coach to coach. At the end of the day, the coach is still going to tell you one thing. You have to persist no matter what you see. Time cannot be a factor. Circumstances in the 3D cannot be a factor. The fact that your SP is out there flaunting pictures with the girlfriend or whatever, that's got nothing to do with you. In your world, that's all yours. So why are you focused on things that have got nothing to do with you? And then decide by looking at something that you are giving up. That means you've given your power over to other people. You've allowed other people, what they're doing, to dictate to you how you're going to move, how you're going to feel, the decisions that you're going to take. Everything starts with you and it ends with you. And everything that you want is within you, guys. You come and do coaching with me, that's exactly what I'm going to tell you still. We will go through everything. I tell you whatever, you tell me your story. But at the end of the day, the real work, don't be lazy, guys, to be persistent. Don't be lazy with consistency. Because that's the formula to getting what you want. You're going to fall a couple of times. You're going to have bad days. You're going to cry. You're going to get frustrated. You're going to feel like, I don't want to do this anymore. But after that meltdown of yours, you better pick yourself up again and you better go on and persist in your new story, because that's exactly what's going to make you happy. Your manifestation is on the other side of your tears. It's on the other side of your frustration. It's on the other side of your laziness. It's on the other side of your doubts. It's on the other side. How do you get there? By focusing on the end goal. Don't take your eyes off of the prize being what you want. But know that no matter what you do, guys, you are the most important factor. Pour into yourself. Hype yourself up every now and then. Put some love into yourself. Give yourself some courage. Hype yourself up. When you're feeling like you want to give up, tell yourself, I'm strong, I can do this. I'm going to cry. I'm going to have a good cry day today, but tomorrow we're back on the wagon. And there's no way that if you believe in something, it will not show up, guys. There's no way. Okay, so that's all I wanted. Stop thinking in a particular way. Stop thinking that getting a human being to change in your favor is impossible. Stop thinking that your desires are more important than you, so much so that you put them on a pedestal, so much so that you speak highly of them more than you speak highly of yourself. If anything, give 80% of this journey to yourself and 20% to your desires. That's all I had to say, you guys. I hope that what I told you today, you will apply. Don't just listen, apply. Okay, come back with amazing results. I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And if you are in need of assistance in this journey, you need a mentor, you need somebody to talk to, you feel like it's too lonely on this journey, please just look at the description box below for the prices. And also you can drop me an email and we can take it from there. Bye-bye. Love you.